Hi everybody, I'm Christy from Gardenerd, and before we get to our topic of today's video, which is pruning blackberries, I want to make a quick announcement, and that is Gardening for Geeks is back. That's right, here in 2020, the updated version of Gardening for Geeks comes out on February 11th, and you can pre-order it at any of your local bookstores. I highly recommend supporting local independent booksellers, and or you can pre-order it on Amazon. If you're in the LA area, you can come to a book signing. We've got them up on the website. Anyway, now on to the show. There are a few things you need to know about pruning blackberries before you dive in. One, safety first. Most raspberries and blackberries have thorns all over them, so wear long sleeves, wear thick gloves, wear long pants. You know, protect yourself. It's really important. And the second thing is you're going to need a good set of pruning shears and a good set of loppers, because loppers will help you get into the places you can't get, and sometimes the branches, the canes, are too thick to cut with pruning shears. So those two tools and a good set of gloves and long sleeves and you're all set. Now, how do we begin taming the beast that is blackberries that have been growing all year? First of all, I like to wait until the second year canes die back. Let me back up a little. Blackberries grow in a certain fashion. The first year they grow the cane, the second year that cane fruits, and then it turns brown and dies. Meanwhile, other canes are growing in their first year. So if you just look for the brown canes, you can cut those off, and then everything that's still living is going to fruit the following year. So it's really easy. And it's even easier because you don't have to decide where to cut them, you just cut them all the way down to the soil. Now the remaining canes, anything still green, you want to cut back to 4 feet high. And you know, that's not like it has to be exactly 4 feet high, but it's a good idea to start with that. So step one, cut everything back to 4 feet high, because sometimes the canes will arch over and get in the way of you getting underneath to cut all of those dead canes out. Step two, go in and cut all the brown canes down to the ground. And that's about it. Now I'm going to show you how, but don't laugh. I need an extra layer of protection because my blackberries are right next to my beehive. Yeah, so I try to schedule pruning for when the sun's going down or before it comes up, but sometimes that makes things really hard to see. So I'm going to wear my bee suit in order to cut these blackberries. Let's take a look. It ain't pretty, but it works. Okay, so once you find yourself well protected, grab your shears and your loppers, and I do 2 sets of gloves. So first I put on gloves that fit me well, and I like these here, like this. And then I put another set of gloves that are bigger, they're actually my husband's, on over the top. And these are leather, which protect you from getting completely torn up as you prune. Ready? Okay. So let's take a closer look at what needs to be pruned. We've got the top growth here. That's all going to be cut down to 4 feet. And I've already done a little bit of rudimentary pruning to make it so that you can actually see the structure of the canes themselves. And then we get down to the mess underneath. And you can see over here behind the roses, there are actually a lot of brown canes. Those have to be cut away. You can see over here a good example of the brown canes here and the green canes that are still alive. Those are the canes that are going to fruit in spring. It's hard to know where to begin exactly. So you just start cutting. The other important thing to know is you want to make your cuts about a ½ inch above an outward facing bud, just like you would prune most things. And you can see the buds forming. You can see the buds forming along, let's see if you see this, here, here, here. So I want to make a cut that is just about a 1/2 inch above a bud, like that. But I'm making remedial, just kind of rough cuts, right? I'm just making rough cuts right now so that I can clear the space. All these guys that are hanging down in front, we're going to take them way back. And then that exposes these dead guys down here, which we'll be cutting down to the ground. Yikes, I'm caught. It catches on everything. This is just, oh God. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh God. Ah! Now that I've pruned away all of the overgrowth, I can go in now with the loppers and cut away all the dead canes down to soil level. It's a process, but we're almost done. I mean, you can see how much this has been reduced from that huge mound to just these canes that come straight up. And now the last step is to go in with pruning shears and cut any horizontal canes that are coming off those verticals back to just 1 or 2 buds. So then we're done. Yay! So there you have it. It's not difficult, it's just time consuming, and you know, you might get a few scrapes and whatnot, but if you do it every year faithfully while they're dormant before new growth starts, you will have a fabulous season of blackberries. So if you like this video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can find out when our next video is coming online. And while you're at it, don't forget to pick up your copy of the new Gardening for Geeks. It's got 6 new plant profiles and updated terminology and resources. So don't forget to pre-order your copy. It comes out February 11th, 2020. Happy gardening.